Hello, everyone. Hello. Cheers. Cheers. So, we're getting down there. It's the 23rd of December. A couple days it'll be Christmas, so I'll say it now. Merry Christmas. One of the few little things that have come about. Disclaimer. If you don't regularly watch me, this is my home. This is not a paid channel. I'll speak my mind. I may say something you don't like. I may say something you do like, okay? But one of the nice things that's come out of all this madness this year with people claiming to want to make America great again is that people are saying Merry Christmas again. Political correctness is really insane, and many of the things that we've tried to do to be politically correct, like stopping saying Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and stuff, has really not led to progress. It's not led to improvement. So I, for one, am happy to hear people just saying Merry Christmas again, whether it means anything or not. It's just, I grew up hearing it, and so I like hearing it. Cheers. I'm happy to say that I got to go crate digging yesterday for the first time in months. As a dedicated record music lover and record collector, it is hard not to be able to just go digging, and there's no point in digging when you can't buy. So I received a Christmas present and took what I had been compiling for my trade to trade, and I went to Almost Music. Almost Music is absolutely my favorite record store in Omaha. Other record stores, if you happen to watch, don't be offended. Just know that that's the way it is. We all have favorites. Almost Music is my favorite store in town because Brad's taste is close to mine, and he carries what I consider risky titles, stuff that hardly anyone knows about. But because there's a group of people that are aligned, he's able to move the stuff. So I didn't buy anything new. I'm all used, and it's just I got some really good stuff. So let me show you what I got. I love Bridget Fontaine. She first came to my attention with the album she made with the Art Ensemble of Chicago. I don't know her history. I think she is fairly popular or had popularity in France. But this is her 1968 album, Bridget Fontaine est folle, which I looked it up and it means Bridget Fontaine is crazy. I love that cover. I love artwork like this and album covers like this. I couldn't leave it. But I like her. And this is really good. It's a good album. I don't speak French. I can sort of make out what's being spoken about, though, somewhat. It's on the Vowell label, which I like that too. Extraordinary band from Belgium, Art Zoid. I have several of their albums. I was really happy to find this one. Le Espace Inquiet, I think it's the worried spaces. The worried places, the places of worry. This band there's a darkness and a chamber-like quality to it. They use violin, viola, alto sax, trumpet, cello, as well as the de rigueur instruments of rock music. This music is extraordinary and very darkly beautiful and powerful. Excuse me. Art Zoid. I highly recommend this to adventurous listeners. People who like classical music. Check out Art Zoid. I was so happy to find this. He had a bunch of Stockhausens, and I had to choose because this kind of music, when it comes in, it tends to be expensive. And this is one of the lower priced Stockhausens that he had gotten in from a private collector who's selling his collection. Stockhausen, Zyklus für einen Schlagzeuger and Klavierstück 10. Cycles for drummers and piano 10. I especially like the side with the percussion. Technique, ideas, trajectories have a lot to do with how this music can work for someone who maybe needs a primer on how to listen to this, because it can sound like noise, or it can be really atonal. It seems like it's not melodic. But just move away from that and listen to stuff like this. Stockhausen, fantastic. This one I took a chance on because of the players. I had not heard this before. Phalanx, In Touch, a Japanese pressing no less. When I looked to see who was on it, I said, well, I have to take a chance on this. And also because it's a Japanese pressing, there weren't very many. And I love the quality of Japanese pressings. They are very nice. But George Adams on tenor and soprano sax and flute, James Blood Ulmer on guitar, Cerrone on bass, and the clincher was Rashid Ali on drums. And this is understated but wonderful. In particular, on here, on the first listen through, the guitar playing by James Blood Ulmer really, really kicks butt. And Rashid Ali was such a fantastic drummer. I don't think he had a bad date. This is really, actually, a nice surprise. A band that continues to influence me, and when I first heard them, I had a very visceral reaction to them, kind of like when I first heard the Beatles and Genesis and Jimi Hendrix and a few others. Faust. And I had been wanting this album forever. I have the CD, which is different. Now I have the entire thing. Faust Wakes Nosferatu. This is music that they made inspired by watching the old film Nosferatu. Faust, they created a sound world that I'm really drawn to, okay? And it's consistent, and I love this. Another fantastic piece of work that I was happy to find, really wanted it. Steve Reich's To Hilum, the composer of music for 18 musicians, and one of the things that opened my mind as a child to experimental music was Come Out, the Steve Reich tape loop experiment. My older brother had checked a copy of it out from the library. It blew our minds. This is wonderful. To Hilum, Steve Reich. Just fantastic. And I have two more. Here's one that was, of all these things weren't cheap. This was a low-priced one, so I grabbed it. Clunk Strong. I didn't look these guys up. I first heard of them from doing some remixes of Bjork. So it's electronic, kind of beat-oriented. Maybe you could relate it to trip-hop, down-tempo, something like that. And thankfully it doesn't sound too dated. But you know how some eras, some types of music date. This was enjoyable. It's instrumental and trip-hoppy. I would say that's it. And the last thing that I got, was really pleased to get it. Caetano Veloso with Chico Buarque live. This is, and I don't speak the language, but again, so much comes through the voice through inflection, as well as the way it's coupled with the music, and that I get a lot from music I don't understand. I don't listen to records and music for the words. That's not my focus, even when the words are the focus. I do appreciate good lyrics and poetry, but it's the overall musical picture that really draws me in. And this is just, the energy on this and the interplay with the audience is just wonderful, as well as between Caetano and Chico. Fantastic. I'll be doing at least one more video before the end of the year, maybe a couple more. But people want to know what are my albums of the year. There are a lot of albums that I haven't heard properly because I couldn't buy them. I have a couple that I will offer as records that I think were notable this year and are deserving of your attention. That'll be coming soon. To wrap this up, I want to continue to thank you folks for all of the wonderful, simpatico compliments. I still see on my Greg Lake video, which is up to over 20,000 views, So I guess that's one of those, it's a video that's gone slightly viral. But because it's getting so much traffic from people who probably wouldn't watch me for any other reason, I'm having to delete comments where people are perplexed about me talking about other things than Greg Lake in the video. So that's why I gave the disclaimer. I'm not going to stop. This is my life. And when I express justified anger and frustration, it's very real, and it's very much in context with the times. There is a lot wrong in this world. And when you are a person like me, a minority, a black man, things continue to happen whether you like it or not to remind you. So that anger is definitely there, and it's justified. Because the world is not a beautiful, we try to make beauty, but there's a lot of ugliness here. And I have to deal with it. So yeah, it makes me angry. It sure does. Merry Christmas. Happy Yule. I think Hanukkah is over. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Kwanzaa, which starts on Christmas Day, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever you celebrate, whatever you don't, be well. Oh, one more thing. Yes, don't want to forget this. I'm glad I almost stopped. My radio show, The Roots of Electric Jazz, is now being archived. They only have the latest show up on Mixcloud, but below the video, in the little, there's always a little space below the video where, above comments, where you can leave a description. I'll leave the link there. My latest show was yesterday. Really enjoyed it. I got a lot of good feedback from it. So check it out. I'm playing some good music on the radio. You can hear it worldwide.